दीनमपि रजनी सायं प्रातः शिशिरबसन्तु पुनरायाता काला क्रीडति गच्छस्थायु स्तरपि न मुञ्चात्याशावायं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं मूरमते प्राप्ति सन्निहिते मरणे नहि नहि रक्षति दुःखिन्करणे अग्रे वाणी पृष्ठे भानु रात्रौ चिबकु समर्पित जानु करतल वीक्षा स्तरतल वाश स्तरपि न मुञ्चात्याशावाश भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं मूरमते प्राप्ति सन्निहिते मरणे नहि नहि रक्षति दुःखिन्करणे यावदवीतो परजनसक्तस्तावन् निजो परिवररक्त पश्यत दावत् जर जर देहि वार्तं पृच्छति कोऽपि न गेहि भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं मूरमते प्राप्ति सन्निहिते मरणे नहि नहि रक्षति दुःखिन्करणे भगवती गीता किंचित रीता गंगा जललभ कर्णिका पीता सकृदपि यस्य मुररि समर्च तस्येयं किं कुरुते चरच भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं मूरमते प्राप्ति सन्निहिते मरणे नहि नहि रक्षति दुःखिन्करणे अंगं गलितं पालितं मुन्दं दशनविहीना जाता तुन्दं वृद्धो जाति गृहीत्वा दन्दं स्तरपि न मुञ्चा आशापिन्दं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं मूरमते प्राप्ति सन्निहिते मरणे नहि नहि रक्षति दुःखिन्करणे ॐ बालास्तावत् क्रीडासक्त तरुणास्तावत् तरुणीरक्त वृद्धोस्तावत् चिन्तामग्न परमे ब्रह्मणि कोऽपि न लग्न भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं मूरमते प्राप्ति सन्निहिते मरणे नहि नहि रक्षति दुःखिन्करणे ॐ पुनरपि जननं पुनरपि मरणं पुनरपि जनने जठरे शयनम् इह संसारे खलु दुष्टारे कृपाय पारि पाहि मुरारे भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं मूरमते प्राप्ति सन्निहिते मरणे नहि नहि रक्षति दुःखिन्करणे ॐ नारी स्तनवर्णनाभिदेश मिथ्या माया मोहावेश एतन्मनसवसारि विकारं मनसि विचारं बारंबारं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं मूरमते प्राप्ति सन्निहिते मरणे नहि नहि रक्षति दुःखिन्करणे कष्टं कोह कुत आयात कामे जननी को मे तत्त इति परवायो सर्वमसारं विश्वं त्यक्त्वा स्वप्नविचारं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं मूरमते प्राप्ति सन्निहिते मरणे नहि नहि रक्षति दुःखिन्करणे नहि नहि रक्षति दुःखिन्करणे भज गोविन्दं What a powerful words to be said. That when we give positive words, because they're coming from positive thinking, and then we do positive actions from thinking and words, then our life will be fruitful. When we give blessings to our words, then we can only receive blessings. When we speak words of negativity and words of that will weaken us, then naturally we be the weakness stage, and we won't able to lift ourselves up to higher the regions. This morning, let us enjoy these beautiful geese, how they are so elegant. They're standing outside, they're getting friendly these days, and they're so, so adaptable to life. That we should learn from them too, that we should be adaptable. We shouldn't be complaining at every moment when something doesn't go to our likeness, and we get elated when it's to our likeness, because these are all the mind games. Because what we like is not necessarily good for us, because this is the nature of human beings. Well, welcome to this mandir again. This is a beautiful mandir. This is the ultimate mandir you need to go to. Yes, we need to go start out at the lower level by going and looking at murtis, because we can only relate to what these five senses are bringing from the environment and making up our mind. But there has to be time we have to graduate from that. It's like going to school. But if you stay in one class as you come up, you'll never go into the next class, right? I know many people like that. Quite a few that because of lack of attention or for some reason they had to skip school because they want to be in the same class all the time. They can't come out of it. If you put them to a higher class, it doesn't make any sense, because you have to master one level. Like climbing a ladder, you got to put 1 foot on the ladder at a time. You try to raise your foot and skip 2 ladders, there's a good chance you're going to fall down. Well, anyway, the graduation is to come to a mandir like this, where the mandir we're looking at our 5 elements, 5 deities. Because when we go to the mandir, the Khalsa is representative of all the 5 elements, right? And we do puja to that. Here is our Khalsa. We have the 5 elements. We don't have to do anything. They're there. It is in front of us. And our deities, Mother Ganga is coming from the water, Prithivima, earth, the cow that we worship so much, and Hanumanji, the air, Pavanaputra. They are all coming and representing of these 5 elements. But our ancient sage and our history has helped us to relate to that by the manifestation, creating deities so we could lure us into this final stage of our existence. So this is so powerful. And then this morning I want to deal with 3 words that I did through the grace of Swami Parameshananda ji. Let us pay adorations to the Guru. Om Dhyana Moolam Guru Murti, Puja Moolam Guru Param, Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. We pay adorations to Swami Parameshananda ji. You know, when you have a conviction with somebody, some God that you pray to, don't be go looking for another one to really to help you. Once you have that conviction and that belief based on your experiences. And again, I want to glorify Swami Parameshananda ji, manifestation of Lord Shiva, manifestation of consciousness, because I have the conviction that he's God. Why? because he would have snatched me out of mundane life. He would have communicated through the meditation. He would have communicated through dreams. He would have put me in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people. And from the time he snatched me out of that mundane life, he's got me experiences all over the world, doing all kinds of things, all the activities of the ashrams, and also United Nations, going to conflict resolutions, different countries. So the Guruji sustains you once he takes you out of it. So with that, I pay adoration to Swami Parameshananda. And he's unique because he announced his coming. And throughout his sojourn as a human body, he would have maintained that high level. And just his Leela, his drama, his play, that at age 19, through his own austerity, without a Guruji, but because of the tradition and culture, we have to maintain it. He got initiated Baba Gambhirnath, and he was then later on returned to Bajitpur, and then in Bangladesh, where his birthplace, and he got God realization there. So this Swami Parameshananda and the Christ, we have to pay adoration to the Christ in the same reverence and respect. And the Buddha, who came from a Hindu family in the Lumbini Gardens in Nepal, he also has risen himself. And this is a practical God, the Buddha, because it's good for householders to see what you're capable of doing. That many of you, you're looking for contentment and amassing wealth and name and fame. But imagine that if you have contentment with whatever you have, when it's enough for you. Look at these birds. They got nothing. They got home. They got no kitchen. They got no place to stay. But they're contented. Imagine if we are so different from them, right? That we want to amass. Anyway, the Buddha is demonstrating that. The three words I want to say, bring to our mind. But before that, let us do some deep breathing and chant the word Om. Because Om in Hinduism is symbolic of God with form and God without form. God that permeates all and God that stays out of everything and being an observer. So this morning, let us chant Om 3 times, and then we'll breathe in 3 times, and then we'll chant Om. Do it with me. This is a very powerful practice. Let us breathe in. Om. Om. Breathe in last time. Om. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm not the ego. I'm truth, consciousness, and bliss, Satchidanand. I'm omnipotent, all-powerful, omnipresent, all-pervading, omniscient, all-knowing, knowing the past and present. Now these 3 words I like to explain. Omnipotent. The word omni is of the highest. But look what's in front of the word Om. Although they are English words, but there, look at what comes. Om, the most primal sound, for the sound from which everything came into existence, that chaos, and then that chaos settled into the universe. That's how the universe was created, through that sound. And then omnipotent, that all powerful. It is not force. Power and force are 2 different things. Power is a divine thing. Force is an external, and it could be very very annoying. And power, when you go with force, there's a counter force all the time. But with power, it's inviting, it's magnetic. The divine ones have this power, that when you go in the company of saints and sages, you don't want to leave them. That's why you go to ashrams. That's why you take a guru, and that's why you take a guru mantra. Because coming from that guru, that realized soul, that moksha guru, not the diksha guru who gives you a mantra, but a moksha guru, that when you got that power now, what happens? It opens up you. Your mind transcends limitations. Your thoughts break their bonds. your consciousness expand in every direction. Faculties and talents come alive, and you find out to be a far greater person than ever you ever thought yourself to be. Why? Because that magnetic power shatters all the bondage to this mundane world. So when the word omnipotent is used, it is used for that. And a person like Swami Parameshananda, the Christ, and the Lord Shiva, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, they have it 100%, this power, and 100% of the time. We have fallen. Some of us, we got a little tinge of it, and we're using it and used to grow and make it more powerful. And when we make it 100%, then we are realized souls. We become gods and goddesses. So we have the potential to be that. Omnipresent. God is here, there, and everywhere. In every atom. God is in Africa. And you can, he's in that ant in the dark night on a black rock you can see that ant. He's there. He knows what that ant is doing. This consciousness. So he's all pervading and knows what we're doing. Now when we have a thought, devotees, that thought has to come through that consciousness. So consciousness knows about it. And then when we receive it, we know about it. And these are the two people that are only necessary to know what's going on. So we are all over the place. And then omniscient. Here, omniscient, knowing the past, present, and future. Swami Parameshananda would have pulled me out. He left his body in 1941, but he would have pulled me out in 1991, 50 years after he left his body. That means that he knew what I was doing. So he knows what you're doing too. And maybe it was my time to come and serve. I have the capability of doing that. And thank God I have that. And one of the biggest service that I did was to go into Bajitpur, his birthplace. And it was running down, and through going to the government of Bangladesh, we were able to pave the canal and fix the road coming from the main road to the Swami Parameshananda's home. And then put a powerful bridge where trucks can go with heavy weight and to go into the ashram compound. So this here, he puts you, and he puts you in all places at all time. So he knows your past, present, and future. And I have no fear because I'm imperfect. Many times I would have made mistakes, but he's so forgiving. And I try not to do that again. So this way, you have to think like that. God doesn't know what is wrong. He only knows what is right. He doesn't remember your transgressions, your bad behavior. He knows that you're evolving. He knows that we are all evolving. Don't ever think that God will punish you for something. Or he might punish you so that you can make a change. But once you make the change, the punishment will go away. The body will go bad. Don't worry about the body. But let the mind be fixed at the feet of the Lord. So these three words again: omnipotent, all-powerful, 100% and 100% of the time. Omnipresent, God is here, there, and everywhere. And omniscient, God knows the past, present, and future. We have to lift ourselves. These are descriptives of God. When we try to do and be in company with Him, little by little, this power comes into us. And Satchidanand. What is the benefit of all of this? Truth, consciousness, and bliss. And this morning, this is my message to you. And this Mandir, I love it because there's no limitations. Why should we be inside? I like to be out here free and no limitations. I bless with blessings of Acharya Deva. Let us chant Guru Mantra. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Namah. 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 Bala Sisi Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Have a blessed day. Have no fear. And listening to the church. The birds are coming in now. Look at that. They'll be splashing down there. Here they are. They're splashing down. See that splash? And they're coming in because they'll be spending the day here. Hari Om Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om.